Good Thursday evening, everyone. Hopefully, you're having a wonderful day so far, and welcome back to Imperfect Politics. I've got a sort of not any good news for you today. Seems like 43% of Canadians are feeling poorer and down, or I guess up from 25% last poll. This is from the Global News, and with no further ado, let's get into it.
Inflation and interest rate cuts, affordability is still top of mind for the majority of Canadians. That's according to a new poll by Ipsos exclusively for Global News. People are worried they don't have enough money to absorb unexpected costs, to pay for future plans, or even afford food and gas. Kyle Braid from Ipsos is here now to break down these findings, as bleak as they are. Good morning, Kyle. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. Good
So the
morning.
no, it's our pleasure. So the poll finds 43% of Canadians, so a little less than half, worry they don't have enough money for food. But that number is even higher when you look at families. So what are parents doing to try and make ends meet at the moment?
And I'm just gonna take a quick stop there. So it's 43% of people are worried they're gonna not be able to afford food. It's just food itself, with all the inflation, with all the spending, with this uh, new school food program coming in. It seems to not be helping, or at least stem anybody's feelings about how they are going to survive. And like, food is not an option, it's something people need. So we're going to see a massive flood at the food banks because of this. We were already seeing 2 million people in Canada using the food banks. And that was back when it was 25% of people in Canada were worried about being able to afford food. Now it's 43. I can't believe, well, that it's gotten this high, and I can't even comprehend what this is going to do to our sort of donation sector of our I don't want to say economy, but of how we live, because this is not supposed to happen.
Well, parents are doing the same things that a lot of us are doing in terms of cutting out dining out, cutting out expenses, using more flyers. They're actually more likely than the general public to be doing those things, but they're also doing things unique to parents. About 3 in 10 say that they're saying no to kids more often when they're asking for things. About 3 in 10 say that they're cutting back on back to school expenditures, and about 1 in 6 say that they are spending less this year in 2024 on organized sports for their children. So some unique things for parents.
Okay, and aside from food, what items are Canadians, the general population, worried that they can't afford?
Well, about 4 in 10, as you mentioned, say that they're concerned that they don't have enough money to feed their family. About 6 in 10 say, if they had an unexpected expense of over $1,000, it would throw their finances and ability to make their weekly expenses ability to make their weekly expenses. They'd be concerned about that. About 6 in 10 say that they're worried that their finances are going to impact their ability to buy a home, raise a family, travel the way that they want. And about half of Canadians say that they're concerned that they can't pay off their credit card in full.
And as we approach the winter, that cars and HVAC systems, those better last the winter, those better last the season. It sounds like for most Canadians, or else we're in a heap of trouble. So, what are the top things Canadians?
Yeah, and think about it this way: with now that the carbon tax has gone up and winter's coming here in Canada, we don't really have to use our AC systems that much. But in winter, we pretty much always have to use our furnaces to turn up the heat. And I can't imagine for families too, because uh, like you got little kids who get cold a lot faster, you're going to be worried about getting them sick because of the cold. So you're going to be turning up that furnace. But I think what families are going to have to do now is heat up one room, and pretty much their family is going to stay in the room until they go to bed, and then they can cover themselves up with a lot of covers. That's crazy. That's like these are numbers we haven't seen. I'm assuming since the Great Depression, and all the while you have Justin Trudeau coming out and saying, "Oh, we're doing what's right for Canadians. We're helping Canadians out. Oh, we're doing an awesome job. Oh, I'm not gonna step down because I'm gonna let Canadians know or decide how I'm doing." Oh yeah. The Canadians will definitely decide how you're doing, and you won't like their decision, like at all. But of course, this is Justin Trudeau we're talking about. He doesn't have a clue how normal Canadians live. He doesn't have a clue how normal families live because he probably lives in a gated community, and he's born with a silver spoon. Never had to like work hard a day in his life, and yet this is the guy we got worrying about Canadians right now.
Are doing to cut back on spending?
I mentioned earlier, about half of us are cutting back on expenses like dining out and entertainment. About half of us are using flyers more often than we have in the past, and about a third using coupons. In terms of grocery spending, a big bill for lots of Canadians. About 3 in 10 are spending less on fruits and vegetables. About 3 in 10 are spending less on meat. 3 in 10 again are going to cheaper stores than they went before. And about a quarter of Canadians are cutting back on travel, both domestically and internationally.
Yeah, you got to really see if that road trip is worth it with the price of gas where it is right across the country. But what age group or demographic group is cutting
And I like how they don't mention why the cost of gas is so high. They just pull right past that.
back the most?
It tends to be the folks who have the least savings, and that is the younger you are, the more likely you are to be taking all these actions. And as I mentioned earlier, parents in particular who have the expensive kids love to have kids. I got kids, but they do cost money. They're cutting back more than other Canadians.
So no doubt then these tight financial times affecting people's future plans, which will also kind of have a ripple effect or just an effect in general on the economy too.
Yeah, with people cutting back on delaying things like buying homes, delaying things like having a family, delaying trips, all those things, of course, impact spending in a big way. So everything we see here is not great for the economy or in terms of Canadians' optimism about the next little while.
Okay, Kyle, thank you so much for your insight. Once again, that is exclusive polling by Ipsos for Global News. That's Kyle Braid from Ipsos. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Well, despite
So I just want to give a little bit of advice from somebody who, I mean, remembers a lot from what their family did from back in the day because of the previous Trudeau and the ripple effects we felt from him, and some other things. Um, a lot of the things that they didn't say that it'll affect is Halloween. Do you think a lot of parents are going to be going out to buy costumes? Do you think a lot of uh, parents are going to be um, doing up their houses to make them look really festive? Probably not. They're probably they're probably going to reuse the same costume as before, which with kids and from what I saw from previous costume, or from what I saw with kids coming to my place when I was handing out candy, they have a lot of these superhero costumes and a lot of costumes that the next year they don't even fit anymore. Not like back in my day when we made a lot of costumes, right? So my mom would always tailor my costumes to different things. Now you can have like zombies and all that. So that's okay. But then we have Thanksgiving coming up, and I remember last year that people could hardly afford that average Thanksgiving dinner, which is crazy, and could hardly afford a turkey, which is even more nuts. And the problem I have with that are these are our traditions, and it's sort of muddying the water of our traditions. We'll still sort of we'll still celebrate them, but these memories each year are the ones we need to retain. And the other thing, goodbye Christmas, goodbye those really really nice Christmas gifts, and people from all around fly to their families to visit for Christmas. They drive or hundreds of kilometers to meet their family for Christmas. I know I drive like 250 kilometers to meet my family for Christmas. I know I'm going to do it, but other families don't have that luxury anymore because of Trudeau and the Liberals and their increasing carbon tax and their inflationary spending that they just don't seem to know how to stop or don't care. So get ready for a Christmas that's not going to be so jolly. And hopefully, like my mom and dad did the couple of years that it wasn't too fun. Or for us kids, it was still. But pretty much the older kids got smaller gifts because we kind of understood what was going on. The adults got nothing. And the younger kids got something big and something small from their parents. Now, luckily, Santa came and he put a couple things in their stocking, so that's good. But, I mean, hopefully all the families can get together, one big group for all of this. But I assume with the price of gas that's going to go up, it's gonna be rough. Anyways, that's enough of my rant about the unaffordability there is here in Canada. I'm glad they're reporting on it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and let me know if you're feeling it or not, or if you're kind of making it through. And if you like this content, if you'd subscribe, that would be awesome. And that's all I got for you for right now. I'll have another video out for you later today. Hopefully you guys will enjoy that one. It'll be about Jagmeet Singh. He just came out with his big speech about ripping up the supply and confidence agreement. So that'll be a two-parter as usual. And other than that, have a good day.